Trainer 2022, a former English teacher, educator, coordinator at the British Council for the National Teacher Training Program, NTTP, expert English teacher, teacher trainer, TOT, Microsoft trainer, TESOL, and TKT holder. Wow. Welcome, Mr. Mahmoud, and we are looking forward to hearing from you and to learning from you about these activities.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rana, for your wonderful presentation. And I really don't know what to say after your wonderful presentation. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. As Mr. Rana has told us that today's session is about teaching vocabulary, and I have got for about 15 activities in order to present the vocabulary in the right way. So are you ready to see the 15 activities with wonderful introduction before I present the activity? Are you all ready?
Sure.
Thank you.
All ready.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah, very good. Thank you. First of all, I have a simple question to ask you. What is vocabulary? It might seem a very silly question, but it's an important one. What is vocabulary? Who can tell me what is vocabulary? Yeah, anyone can tell me what is vocabulary? Put your hands up.
You can raise your hand if you want to talk, or send your comment in the chat box.
Miss Shaimat says it's words.
Yeah.
New words. Yeah.
New words. Good. Yeah. So
vocabularies are full of words.
Full of words. Yes, right.
A resource of words to communicate. Another
Good.
answer.
Yeah.
Words to keep in memory.
Yeah, right.
Joining you from Zambia, Africa. Welcome.
Welcome. So vocabulary is a collection of words that an individual knows. It is a collection of words that an individual knows. So this is a simple definition for the word vocabulary. So I have another question here, which is, why do we learn vocabulary? Why do we learn vocabulary? Or for teachers, why do we teach vocabulary? What reason for teaching vocabulary and learning vocabulary as well? So could you please mute yourself? And who can tell me why do we teach vocabulary? And why do we learn the vocabulary?
Miss Nasreen raises up her hands. Okay, you
Yeah,
can answer, Miss Nasreen.
Yeah, Miss Nasreen, go.
Hello, Mr. Mahmoud, welcome.
Yeah,
Good evening.
welcome.
As for teaching vocabulary, as a teacher or as a learner, we learn vocabulary in order to talk, to express ourselves without words, without the connection of words that we connect to make some sentences and some structures, just to utter, just to speak, just to write.
Yeah, this is a good reason. Yeah, thank you, Ms. Nasreen. Anyone else want to add some information about why we are teaching vocabulary? Anyone else?
For communication.
We have some answers here in the chat box.
I will be happy. Yeah, go on.
To let them express their feelings.
Stanley.
Okay.
Anybody want us to add?
You have some great
Ms. Rasha here raised. Go on, Ms. Rasha.
Good evening. I think it's important for communication with others, although how to speaking, how to writing.
You are right. Yeah. Okay, so we teach vocabulary because it helps us it helps us to comprehend the texts and deal with other language skills. This is for one thing. For another thing here, we have, if students don't have enough vocabulary, their understanding of the text will not maximize. So understanding the texts will be well enough if they have the number of vocabularies that enables them to understand the text. The more vocabulary that you have, the more comprehending of the text you will be. Is it clear for you?
Yes.
Is it okay?
Sure.
And the last thing, the more vocabulary students know, the better understanding they will have.
Great.
So this is why we are teaching or learning vocabulary. So how should we teach vocabulary? Can anybody tell me how should we teach vocabulary?
Can I talk?
Yeah, go on.
I think we should teach vocabulary by repeating the word more than one time to keep
So
it in
repetition.
my mind. Yes.
Yeah, repetition. Yeah, good.
Yes, I
Anyone
can talk.
want to add?
Through demonstration and exemplification.
You mean that you put vocabulary in context, right?
Exactly.
Exactly. So we have repetition and putting vocabulary in context. So we have two ways or two methods for presenting vocabulary.
Ms. Mushira says
Anyone
using
else want
Greek
to add?
objects. Using
Yes,
Greek
we have a
objects.
comment here.
Yeah.
This comment is by drilling. This is from Ms. Hanan. She said
Drilling.
drilling. Ms. Mushira Qasim said miming. Hello, Ms. Mushira. Welcome.
Miming, yeah.
Ms. Nancy Ahmed said attractive ways. Ms. Rasha Abul Makarim said MPF. Also, Ms. Malak said meaning, pronunciation, form, MPF.
Yeah.
Ms. Mushira again said pictures. Ms. Rasha said CECDW. I don't know what does she mean. Ms. Malak again said it is the development of other skills through MPF. The meaning, pronunciation, and form.
Yeah.
That's very great. Also,
Good.
we have acting, playing games, the best way through reading a text. Mr. Khalil, wow, great ideas, amazing.
Yeah, really amazing ideas here. You have mentioned most of the ideas and methods that we will discuss, but anyhow, let's move to see how should we teach vocabulary. So number one here, how do we teach or how should we teach vocabulary? So you have first to make it interesting. Make vocabulary interesting. The way you are teaching vocabulary should be interesting way, because students find it difficult to memorize and the key words, particularly spelling words, is difficult for them. So you have to make it interesting. Okay. And the second thing is that keep it relevant. I mean that you have to use the vocabulary that suits the level of your students. So keep it relevant to the level of your students. And the third thing is that teaching vocabulary in context. You should put or teach vocabulary in context. Is it clear for you, the 3 points here that I have mentioned?
Maybe
Sure,
I have a question, sir.
Yeah.
How can we make or how can we teach vocabulary interesting and keeping it relevant at the same time? Can we,
So you have relevant.
is there any-
Relevant, it means that you have a context, a reading a text, for example, and you have a number of vocabulary. So first of all, you should present fewer number of vocabulary in each period. For example, don't choose for about 25 vocabulary, and these 25 vocabulary or words are difficult for your students. So you should choose the vocabulary that are completely new for your students, the vocabulary that will hinder their understanding for the text. Not all the vocabulary you should teach them, but the vocabulary that can hinder their understanding of the text. So this is what we mean by relevant vocabulary. And by making it interesting, we can say that you are teaching vocabulary using games, as we will see. I will give you or provide you with a number of activities that will make teaching vocabulary more interesting than before. So this is what I mean by interesting, and by keeping it relevant to the level of students. So you have a balance between high level students and low level students. It means that you don't present vocabulary for all good students. No, you teach them for good students and low level students. So you should have balance while you are teaching vocabulary. Is it clear?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. And number 4, set achievable goals. It means that today I'm presenting for about 10 new words. So can I achieve my goal and let my students know the 10 words correctly and use them in context and in their daily life correctly or not? So your goal should be achievable goal.
Excuse me, Mr. Mahmoud, but we have a comment. Can you present some examples? Do you mean, Miss Minnie, do you mean for presenting vocab through games or in a funny way? Would you explain more your question? Okay, go on.
She is talking about games.
If you want more examples for introducing vocab in a funny way, let's wait to the end of the session. Okay.
Yeah. There are a number of activities that I will present at the end of the session will enable you to use vocabulary or use games inside the classroom, and they will present the vocabulary in a funny way. Is it clear? Don't worry about that.
So be patient until the end of this the session.
Okay. So set achievable goals. The words we are targeting are suitable for the students' ability. It means that you shouldn't give the students a very difficult vocabulary. No, choose the vocabulary that will hinder their understanding. I mean that let them guess the meaning. So don't say all the vocabulary. Yes, just tell them the vocabulary that will hinder their understanding of the reading text. Also, the amount of time we give to the students to learn these words. So make sure that you finish the vocabulary in a real time. For example, you put a limit time for about 10 minutes. I will present the 3 words or 4 words or 5 words or so on. So you should finish the number of vocabulary in the minutes that you have given in advance. So the amount of time we give to our students to learn these words is very important. Also, the number of words, as I have said before, we should pay attention to the number of words that we give during our lesson. Is everything clear in this slide? Do you have any comments about this slide? Any comments? Yeah, more comments? Do you want anything to add? Okay.
No, this is clear.
Okay. Now let's move to a very interesting topic here, which is presenting new words. So the activities, presenting new words. And the first way for presenting new activities is using visual images, pictures, woolly charts. So this is visual images here. For example, when I ask you what is in this picture, who can tell me what picture is this?
Mosquito.
Are you sure?
Dragonfly.
Dragonfly.
Yeah,
Dragonfly.
dragonfly, yes. Dragonfly. So dragon, your students will know that this is fly, it's a fly, but dragon is new for them. So when they see the picture, so their brain will connect the picture with the spelling of the word. Also, you can put the word or the spelling of the word behind the picture on the other side of the card. So you can write the word. And you ask your students, who can spell dragonfly? One of them will say, I can spell dragon fly. So spell, and you connect the spelling with the picture itself. So presenting using visual images. So number one, presenting using visual images. Keep it in mind, okay? Is it clear?
Mr. Mahmoud, we have a comment in the chat box.
Yeah.
Ms. Hanan is saying that I want to attract your attention to an important point. We teach a curriculum. We don't choose the vocab. So even if I think, in my opinion, even if you're not choosing the vocabs, you can find some pictures or some visual images for the vocabulary online. You can find them and print them out or show them on a screen just to let them know what is this.
And some vocabulary books, really some curriculums present the cards with the main books. I mean that they offer some a PDF file with all the cards and the visual pictures or images that follow this curriculum. So it's easy to get picture about the subject matter you are presenting. It's not difficult. Okay. So number one is we teaching vocabulary using visual images. And let's move to the second one, which is using gestures and actions. So what do you mean by gestures and actions? So who can tell me?
Using body language.
So give me an example. How can we use a body language to present any word, for example?
Okay, for this slide, we can
through miming.
Miming, yeah.
Please raise up your hands if you want to answer. Could you please raise up your hand if you want to answer? Or write in the chat box. Miss Rasha and Miss Nasreen wants to add a comment. And Miss Al-Shayma. Okay. And Miss Amira. Okay. We have a lot of people. Okay, unmute yourself, Miss Nasreen, please.
Yes, we can use our body language just to show the students the meaning of some verbs, actions, or some words. Like, for example, when I'm presenting a word like cold for young learners, they don't know what's cold. I can just make my body like that, wrap my body just like like I'm very cold, and also so many ways just to show them this is hot. So I can show them through my body language, through using gestures, or even using realia sometimes.
Okay, thank you, Miss Nasreen.
Great. Miss Shayma wants to answer. You can unmute yourself, Miss Shayma.
Good evening, Mr.
Good morning. Yeah.
We can facilitate vocab by using body language, facial language. For example, in Connect 2, story Gingerbread Man, how grandmother and grandfather was frightened. We can use our body and our face, how they are frightened from the folks, from the cat when they run, when they face any danger. We attract our attention by this action.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Omar.
Also by our voice volume, we can attract their attention by our volume. It's raised up and down.
Great, this is excellent, really. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Omar, can you go on? Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum. Sorry for being late. I have a problem using the internet and I came late. Sorry. I wanted to know the question in order to participate with you.
So how can we use our body language in order to present new words or vocabulary?
We can use our emotions, like face emotions and body movements, and we can use realia.
Yeah, good. Thank you. Okay, let's move to the third way, which is guessing and predicting. Guessing and predicting. So how can we use guessing and predicting for presenting a new vocabulary? For example, if you are presenting a reading text and there is a word that hinder the student's understanding, and the teacher keeps not telling, he doesn't want to tell his students the real meaning of this word. So, and he let his students to predict or guess what this word mean. So can anyone give me an example about this?
We have here a question in the chat box about what is TPR. It's total physical response.
Total physical response, yes.
Yeah.
Good.
And Mr. Hamid asks another question. How can we use our body language to express a new word?
For example, if you have the word sleep, for example, you want to present the word sleep. So you just put your hand here, like on your cheeks like this, and close your eyes. So what I'm doing now, you are sleeping. The teacher is sleeping on his table. So this is sleeping. So I'm using my body language to present the word sleep, for example. Is it clear?
Yeah,
it's great enough.
Yeah. Concerning
so no need here to translate it into Arabic.
Yeah, no need to translate it into Arabic. Yes, you predicted what does it mean. You guessed the meaning of this word. So this is about number 3. It can go with number 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Also here we have another thing, which is showing meaning, relation. So what do we mean by showing meaning and relations? By the way, I will explain all these ways again, but tell me what do we mean by showing meaning, relations? Can anybody tell me what is it?
Hello everyone. Can we say the synonym or antonym of the meaning? Can you hear me?
I don't hear you clearly.
Again, please.
Yeah, we have here.
Okay. Can you? Yeah. Sorry. Can you hear me now?
Again? Yeah. How do you pronounce it?
Well.
Yes. Can we say the new words, synonym or antonym meanings?
Synonyms and antonyms. Yes, right. Yeah. Yeah. Good.
It can help the students to predict the real meaning of the words, maybe in the context, and they can find a clear way.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Let's move to number 5. Words in context. For example, the teacher is sleeping. You presented the word sleep, for example. So the teacher is sleeping. He is sleeping, or he is eating. You put the words in examples or in context. So this is number 4 or number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is number 5. And the last one, other techniques. I will show you other techniques.
We have here.
Is everything clear?
Relation between words, synonyms and antonyms. Yeah, the same meaning.
I will tell you. I will explain it again for you, but just wait for the second exercise slides. Wait.
We're waiting, Mr. Mahmoud.
Thank you. So number 1, some words can be defined visually through real objects like miming, drawing, flashcards, and so on. So what you have to do is to say that for your show the picture of shark, for example, or dolphin. What is it? You can say, what is this? And your students will say it's a dolphin. Yes, and then you show them the word dolphin. And for example, suppose that you have, I will just give you a real example here. Sorry. So for example, here, this is a card. Suppose this is a card with a picture here, and this is a dolphin. Suppose that this is a dolphin. And on the other side, you are writing the word dolphin here on the other side. So what you have to do is to get another card, and you hide the spelling of the word, and you say, who can spell the word dolphin? And you pull the other card to show the spelling, DOL, and you go on and you show the spelling of the word. Okay, so the students will make a connection between the picture of the dolphin and the same word, or the letters of the word dolphin. Okay. Also, what is this? They will tell you that this is a building or a house or whatever is it. And this is here concerning body language. So how is this man feeling? How does he feel? He is feeling cold. Okay. And also something like, what is the girl doing? She is drawing. So using miming, drawing, flashcards, and so on. These are very wonderful ways in order to make vocabulary more interesting. Is it clear?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
This is, I think, suitable for a lower level.
Yeah, sure.
But for intermediate, for example, or elementary level, can we, for example, we have abstract words like remember, remind, words like that.
Yeah.
So the suitable word, suitable way to words.
Giving examples, for example, remember, you can just make something like this. Remember, yes. Remember, you know what is the meaning of remember here? They will say that to know words. And what is the opposite of remember? They will tell you it's a forget. Remember, and for you can make with your hands like this. Remember and forget. Remember, forget. Okay. Remind me. You can say remind me. So or you can say tell me again, remind me, or tell me again. So abstract words are very easy if you are using body language.
Yeah.
Is it clear?
Can we use sentences or context in context?
Sure. Yeah. So what you can say, what is the best day you remember in your life? What is the best day in your life you can remember? He will tell you that the best day in my life is so and so and so. Okay.
I think in the intermediate and secondary stage, it's more easier to introduce the new vocab in sentences, contexts, meanings in English, many ways than the primary stage.
Yes, and also we can use some short stories to tell the students some short stories to show the meaning of some abstract words like honesty, like lie, like believe, and things like that. Yes. They are so abstract words, and the students cannot understand. They can understand them through context or through a short story to be told, and then I'm gonna show them after that by the body language, so they will get it.
Yeah, sure.
If they don't, after putting it in context, if they don't,
use the first language. It's okay. At the end, if they didn't get it, you can use the first language.
You cut it short, Ms. Nisreen, but I really recommend this. If you don't find a way, use your own language.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But this is
It's easy.
the last try.
The last chance, but you know, using the first language is somehow is important in your classrooms. So you don't have to speak English all the time. Sometimes you have to use the first language in order even to put your students on a scale that they feel safe, that sometimes they didn't get what you mean, they will get it through their own language and they will be happy. It's
Sure,
okay.
yeah. It's okay. Number two, some words can be defined using gestures, facial expressions, and actions using our body. As we've told you, it's body language. For here, so you can act it now. So sleep, if you're, what I'm doing here, what is he doing? He is sleeping. So he is using body language. So you can ask one of your students to come into the class and can you run in your, while you are standing, he will run in his own place. He is running, and you can say he is running. Also, well, so what are the two people here doing? They are doing what? They are practicing the sport. They are exercising here. So this is how we can present new words in using body language.
Mr. Omar,
So what is the boy doing? He is reading, for example. Yeah.
I think Mr. Omar is raising
Yes,
up
Mr.
his
Omar.
hand. You can unmute yourself to speak if you want.
Can I say something?
Yeah, sure.
Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, if I have a whiteboard or a computer, the actions will not be constant. It will there will be motion.
We are speaking about body language. You mean that you do the action by yourself?
No, using activities like the whiteboard, the computer, the tablet. Okay.
So you can draw by yourself on the tablet or on laptop.
Yes. Yes.
You just draw stick figures, using stick figures to draw somebody who is running. It's very easy to draw.
Or by videos.
Or showing videos, yeah.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Yeah, thank you. Mr. Omar, do you have something to say?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a problem facing a connection here. Can you see me?
I see you, yeah.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I see you.
According to your passage, I have a big problem explaining the passage for third year prep. We have a lot of new vocab, which is very difficult to express in body language. You hear me?
Like
I hear you.
I have a lot of new words or new vocab in the passage of third year prep. So it is very difficult for me to explain them in an easy way that as you are saying. I think you are talking about simple passages, but the passage for third year is very difficult. And that has a lot of new vocab. So it's very difficult for me to express this new vocab in body language.
Not just, I haven't told you to use only one way to present the vocabulary. I mean that you have to choose the right way that suits your students. For example, so you can use your body language. If it doesn't work, or it is not suitable for the word, you can change your way. For example, you can use the synonym or antonyms of the word. So I want to, for example, voluntary work. For example, voluntary work, it's a prep 3 vocab. word.
Yeah.
So how can we present a voluntary work for our students, for example? So voluntary work, you don't pay, you make with your hands like this. We don't pay any money, no money that you pay. A work, you do it by yourself, no money. They got the word by using body language and the synonym of the word. So you have used two ways here. Body language is no pay, you don't pay money. And for example, this is you have used the body language. So, and you write on the board, voluntary work, pay no money. Voluntary work, pay no money. Just one word to express the meaning of the word. Is it clear, Mr. Omar?
Yes, but I have a lot of vocab in the passage. So the passage will take a lot of time from me.
So if you keep writing all the vocabulary and you keep writing, telling the meaning of all the vocabulary for your students, you stop their comprehending, or you stop their guessing for the text. You must put some guessing for students. I mean that let your students to guess the text. It doesn't matter that you tell all the vocabulary or the new vocabulary. You assume that all the vocabulary are new, but they are not new for the students.
Can I add something, Mr. Mahmoud, please?
Yes, Nisreen.
Yes, in this point, we can use this new type of flipped learning. Like we ask our students, we give them a video or the passage in advance to just to have a look on net at home, and then when they come back to school, I'm gonna ask them about what they have had out of the passage, what they have known, what they have learned, and then I'm gonna start discussing the topic with them, and it will be so easy that they are gonna guess the new meanings for the words that are difficult for them, because they have already read them before and they have already watched them in a video or
Very good.
or watched, yes.
Really wonderful, Nisreen, in a good way, and just to prepare the text before they read it.
Yes, and they will be prepared, and everything is gonna be easy for them and for the teacher as well.
Yeah, very good. Thank you.
Please, can I add something?
I'm sure.
Okay, we can use anecdotes. The teacher tells the students something personal. That make the students will be comfortable with the text and more concentration of the language being introduced.
A good idea, yeah.
Something personal for a teacher. I think it's a good way too.
Thank you. And let's move to number 3, which is showing meaning relations. I think that one of you has asked me what do you mean by showing meaning relations. So, for example, this is synonyms. Yes.
Can I talk about this?
Yes, go on.
I was thinking about this before. We can put a picture of one animal, and more than a picture for more than one animal. We show the relation about between one animal and animal.
Another, yeah, very good. But synonyms here, like for example, hat, cap here, jungle, forest. It means a forest, job, work, act, behave, say, and tell, fast and quick. They are all synonyms. I mean that you define the word with another word. Is it clear?
Sure.
Yeah.
Ms.
Yes,
Malaka
good.
says we are talking about the fact which we all are facing. Most of these don't work in fact, frankly. That's why we are holding this session, Ms. Malaka. That's why Mr. Mahmoud helps us today to use activities which can overcome this problem, okay? We are all facing it in many ways.
Yes, yes.
We will not be just feeling, raising our white flags and don't use a solution. No, we are here discussing to suggest solutions, overcome this problem, change our mindset. And so
yeah, very good. Yeah, yeah.
Be optimistic, please. Okay, go on, Mr. Mahmoud.
I know Malaka, and Malaka is a very good teacher, and she always likes to know more and more. But let's discuss it together, Malaka, and at the end of the session, you will judge that you will gain something new, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Yeah. Antonyms here, it means the opposite. For example, arrival and departure. Arrive and depart, the opposite of the word. You can define the word, but by giving the opposite of the word. Quick and slow. Quick is not slow. Poor, not rich. What is poor? Not rich. He doesn't have money. Okay. Homophones. Who can tell me what do you mean by homophones? Can anybody tell me what homophones are?
Yes, can I?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, that's words have the same pronunciation, but with a different meaning.
Yes, a different spelling.
And different spelling too. Yes, like 8, yes. Number 8 and 8, the best of 8.
Yeah, number
like
8
male,
and 8. Yes.
Male as a gender and male as email or something like that. Maybe
Thank
board.
You.
Board.
Thank you. Good. Yes. When students come across a new word, they are likely to be interested in learning other related words. This presents a natural opportunity for the vocabulary development. I mean that, for example, if you are presenting a bedroom or sitting room, for example, your students will ask you, oh, what is a sofa in English, mister? So it's what? It's a dining room. You can say it's a dining room. So it means that when you are telling one word, your students are expecting more vocabulary related to this word. Is it clear? So for example, these words are, yes, connecting to the kitchen, all words connected. While you are explaining a kitchen words, one of the students will ask you, what is سكينة in English, for example? What is مثلا طاسة بالإنجليش مستر هتبقى إيه؟ يعني you expect the questions like this and you are ready to answer them.
Here we have a question. Can we get the certificate? Just wait till the end of our session and we will upload here the form of the session. Then you can get your certificate. Okay.
Thank you. Yes. And we can combine different techniques in presenting some new words. It means that you just not using, don't use only one technique. You can use different techniques to present your vocabulary. Look at this girl. She is smiling. Me too. I'm smiling. The teacher is smiling too. And we smile when we are happy. So the teacher is putting the word smiling in a context. What does the word smile mean? The teacher at the end say or ask a question here. What does the word smile mean? He will answer you. We use different techniques here to present the word smile. Picture on the board, we have put a picture of a girl smiling and then facial expression giving meaning clearly. We smiled. Okay, and at last we show examples. We give example for the word smile. So we have used different techniques to present one word. And at last, if it doesn't work, you can translate the word. Translate it. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes. Yes, it's very clear. Thank you.
Good. We can ask for previous stages, for example, or high level students, you can keep asking questions like, so one, for example, if you are speaking about a market and you want your students to know what is in the market, or you speak about shopping, for example, you keep asking your students questions like, do you live near the market? Does your mother go to the market? What do they sell in the market? When does she go there? Or what does she buy from the market? So by asking questions, you are asking your students to speak and tell you what is the word market mean. The teacher had just presented the word market. Now she is asking the questions using a new word. What is the purpose of this? So we can present new words by asking the questions, but the questions should be very simple in order your students to answer them.
Can I add something, please?
Yeah.
Here we can use word association.
Yeah, good.
And yes, in order to relate many vocab with one idea. If I wanted to help my student to learn about the kitchen and all the tools at the kitchen, may I put the word kitchen in a circle, okay? And then I had have many branches from the kitchen, the word kitchen, and the right knife, glass, jar, pot, and many other words.
Good. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. You are welcome.
Here, these techniques help the teacher to be sure that the students really understand the word. They give the students examples of how the word is used and involves all class in the discussion. By asking the questions, you involve all the class to answer the questions, and they give you the real meaning of this word. But make sure that these questions are very simple in order to let your students answer the questions correctly. So we have different activities to present or revise vocabulary. So number 6, we have Sparkle. Number 7, we have puzzles. Number 8 and 9 here, we have guess the word. Also, we have another activity, which is spelling bulleyes and the word ladders or word ladder. So we have other 5 activities, which is Sparkle, puzzle, guess the word, is spelling bulleyes, and the last one is word ladder. Let's see what every activity of these activities, how can we use it, and how can we use it inside the classroom. Number 1, we have Sparkle. Sorry. Sparkle, before we do the activity, has all students to stand up. Ask your students to stand up. The activity is called Sparkle. So you have to ask all of your students to stand up. And then keep it relevant. It shows the vocabularies that are suitable for your students. Keep the exercise or the activity relevant and relevant to the text. Choose a spelling word. You choose a word and have each student to spell one letter. I'm so sorry, wait a second. Okay, so number 3, choose a spelling word and have each student to say one letter to spell out the word. For example, here, you are in front of your students and you want your students to spell the word elephant. Okay, so you go to the first row of students in the class and you choose one by one. Students 1 will say E, letter E, and the second one will spell letter L, and the third one will spell letter E, and the PHANT. Oh, so this is elephant. So you just let every student to say one letter of the word, and at the end of the word, the last one will say sparkle. It means that I finished the spelling, and then you start a new word after you have finished the 7 students who spelled the word elephant. You understand this activity?
Yeah, it's clear.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it is clear. I think it can be used as a warm-up or icebreaker activity at the beginning of the session or course.
Sure, good.
And also it's a very funny with the young learners. They love it.
Yeah. So after the last word or the last, I'm sorry, after the last letter has been said, the next student says sparkle, and the next student in the line is out of the game. Okay. As I've told you an example here, for example, one word, it's book. Students 1 say B, students 2 say O, student 3 say O, and the last student say K. And one of the students is out of the game because he is saying the word sparkle. He doesn't say any letters. Is this activity clear?
Yes.
Yes, good. Let's move to another activity, which is spelling police. Divide the class into groups, into two groups. Each member of the group try to spell the target word one by one. The winner in the group in which more members can spell the word correct and fast is the winner. The winner use a small bowl or a scratched up paper. I mean that you just make a paper like a small ball and throw it to a POI. It means that that he chooses another student to spell the word. So, for example, so you have made a circle or a group of students, and you have some kind of 10 words to spell. Okay. One of the students will spell the first word, which is, for example, table. He will spell T-A-B-L-E. He will use a small ball and throw it to another student, and the other student will choose the second word. He will spell the second word, for example, winter, W-I-N-T-E-R. And the one who spelled the word winter will take the ball and throw it to another student to ask him to spell a new word. So you understand the activity is?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes, clear, thank you.
Good. The third one is a word ladder. Word ladder here is very great activity. You write the target word on a large card and place them on the floor. You just write the number of words on the floor, or put some cards on the floor. Each card has one word. Okay. For example, you put some pictures on the floor. Yes. And then you ask two students to come and stand beside the cards. So, and you ask one of them to spell the word. He will spell the word. If he spelled the word, you look at the picture and then he spell the word. If he spelled the word correctly, he will move one step to the other word. If he failed, he will stand still. Okay. So the other student, if he spelled the word correctly, he will move another step. The one who finished the cards faster than the other is the winner. So they are imagining that they are climbing a ladder. One step for one word, one step for another word, one step for the third word, and so on till they finish the ladder. Okay. Do you have a question, Mr. here, Mr. Ashraf? I think Mr. Omar, yeah. Mr. Omar, you have a question here? Okay. Number 2, divide the students into two groups and ask them to stand up at the opposite of the ladder. And then one student from each team starts, and every one of them is spell one word. The one who spells the word correctly steps forward. If he fails, he will stand still. and he doesn't move. And this is what is the activity mean. Is
Mr. Mahmoud, unmute yourself, please. Unmute yourself, the microphone. We can't hear you. Please unmute yourself.
yes,
Yeah, that's
you
okay
hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah.
go
Okay.
on, please. Thank you.
Does anyone?
Back.
So for how long I have been muted?
Just 30 seconds.
It's okay. Now, yeah. Does anyone know what is the word ladder mean? Do you understand it, or I explain it again?
Yeah, it's clear, but actually we should use these effective vocabulary methods maybe in the school garden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially for the primary or lower class.
Yes, yes, you are right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
This is do it until each member of the group meet the middle of the ladder. The fastest one, yeah.
I have a problem using the internet.
You hear us?
I have a sign here that you mute me. I can hear you.
You hear me? You hear me, Mr. Omar? Okay. At the end of the ladder gets disappointed. We can use this activity.
You can go on, please. It's okay. Go on.
Yes. Okay. Number 3. It is guess the word.
So please, sorry, we have somebody here. Ms. Wafa asked you to explain it again. So please explain the ladder again. If you don't mind, please explain it again.
I will explain it again.
Or you can give us example.
I will give you an example. Yes.
Thanks.
So you have, Miss, here you will prepare some cards, pictures, and you put the pictures on the floor, one after the other. You put your pictures and arrange them in a line. Okay, and you ask 2 of your students to come, and one sits. One stands on the right, and the other one stands on the left. Okay, and then you ask one on the right hand to spell the first word. If he spells it correctly, he will move 1 step forward. And then you go to the other one, yes, and ask him again to spell the word. If he spells it correctly, he will move one step again. So you will not have one card only. You will put 2 pictures on the floor, 2 lines of pictures on the floor, 1 line for the first student and the other line over the second student. The one who spells more words is the winner. So the first student will spell the first word. He spell it correctly, he will move to the second card. If he fails, he will stop. And you move to the other student, spell the word. If he spell it correctly, he will move forward 1 step. So students will keep moving forward by spelling till they finish all the cards. They have climbed all the cards. Okay. Do you want to say anything, Ms. Nisreen?
Yes, I've made an activity just like this one, but I didn't call it like the letter. But I chose 2 teams out of the class, team 1 and team 2, and I put some pictures pictures, yes, for vocabulary. We have learned the session before on the ground, and I've asked one of each team just to step forward, spelling or uttering the word as quick as they can, and the winning one or the winning team is whose participants finished the words fast.
Good, thank you.
So it's mainly the same.
Yeah. Oh, is it clear, Miss?
Sure, go on. Thank you so much.
It's okay. Thank you. Guess the word here. Let the students sit in their chairs and then give each one a list of words. Okay, and then the students A gives a definition or a sentence, but doesn't say the target word. The student B has to guess what the word is. So again, in a simple way. So you give some words to the students. One of the students will have the words and the other one doesn't have any words with him. So one of the students will look at the word and then he shows the other student a picture and the other students will define the word. He will define the word. Okay. Or another way, you can write the word in the mother tongue, for example. For example, the word table, mandada. Okay, so you show the word mandada for the other students, and the other student will stand up and he will give a definition for the word, a place to sit on and have our food on. So you guess the word or define the word. Is it clear?
Yeah, it's clear. Thank you.
Okay. Vocabulary puzzle. Write some words on a large card. Put them random. The teachers give the definition of the word, and the students should find the word with the definition that the teacher has already given. So in a simple way, the teacher can write many words on the board. He wants us to revise some words. He writes many words on the board. And then he asks two students to come in front of the board. Okay. And he defines the word without saying what this word is. He just defines the word. The first student to point at the word is the winner. Okay. For example, when I say, I have written some words on the board, and among of these words, we have the word desert. So, and the teacher say, a very difficult place to live in with mountains, sand, and some animals, some dangerous animals like snakes, foxes, or wolves can live in this place. So what is it? The first sentence say desert. And the point is at the word desert is the winner. Okay, so your students can join the meaning of the word with the word itself, which is on the board. Is this activity clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Good. Thank you.
Maybe we can name this activity as a word cloud.
Word cloud, yeah.
Yes.
Maybe.
Is it the same?
A word cloud is a one central word with different words around this word, but they are all the words that surround the main word has a connection with the main word, right? This is what you mean?
Yes, maybe.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Let's move to other activities here. We have a Chinese whisper, also Tutanta. I will tell you why I named it Tutanta. Pick a friend, and the classification game, and the fly SWAT. Okay, so I have shown you 5 activities, 5 new activities. Does anyone know any one of these activities?
I know the fly SWAT.
Fly SWAT. Good. Who else?
I know that Chinese whisper.
Yes,
Chinese whisper,
me also, I know the flying SWAT and the Chinese whisper.
Chinese
Okay.
whisper and classification game also.
Classification game, yes, it's very easy. Yeah. Okay, we will see. Our number, our 2 Tanta here. Our model a game by modeling an example sentence. You begin your activity by writing an example on the board. I packed my bag to Tanta, to any place, not just Tanta, to any place. And in the bag, I put an apple. Okay, this is a model sentence. You write it on the board. I packed my bag to Tanta, and in the bag, I put an apple. So, and you ask another student to say the same sentence, but add 1 item to the word apple. I packed my bag to Tanta, and in the bag, I put an apple, a pen, and then the third student will say the same sentence, but add a 3rd item, a pen, an apple, a pen, a notebook. And the 4th student will say, I packed my bag to Tanta, and in the bag, I put an apple, a pen, a notebook, a book, for example. So this is some kind of memorizing a game. I mean that the students will say a sentence and they will keep repeating the whole sentence, but in each sentence they will add 1 item to the main sentence. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, it's clear.
Yeah. So
It's
the
very
teacher,
simple. I like it.
the teacher is recommended to write the model on the board as a rehearsal. Yes. So the teacher should write the first sentence on the board. But after that, if the students have kept the words, they can erase all the sentence and let the students say the sentence by themselves. Believe me, they will return home and they say to their moms, I packed my bag to Tanta, and in the bag I put, I packed my bag to Tanta, because they keep it and they memorize it by heart. Is it clear?
Yes.
The teacher asks another student to repeat the same sentence and add more items. Sorry for the word the same. It's the same here. Okay. The more items added, the more difficult is the word. So the more items you add, the more difficult, because you will appoint another student to write the whole word, the whole list. So because an apple, a pen, a notebook, a book. So one of the students will write all the items, because one of the students will miss 1 item. You say, no, there is an item missing here. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Good.
Mamá, digo que se rompieron.
A Chinese whisper here.
Mira.
Chinese whisper. So in this game here, you choose 2 groups of students to stand. You ask 2 groups of students to stand up and form 2 lines facing the board. So you form 2 lines of students facing the board. Okay, and the teacher go to the last student, and he show the last 2 students a word. He show them a word, or whisper in their ears and say a word to their ears, and the last one will say the word or whisper the word to the student in front of him, and the second one will whisper the word to the student in front of him. They keep whispering and till the first one who faces the word, the board, go very quickly to the board and write the word. if he writes the word correctly without any mistakes concerning the spelling mistakes, so he goes quickly back to stand, to be at the end of the line, to be the last one, and the one who is facing the board is a new student. So is this activity clear?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. So
yeah, it's clear. Great activity.
Two groups of students to stand in two lines facing the board. The teacher goes to the last student and whisper or show him a word, and the student whispers the word to the one in front of him, and do the same with the one in front till the word reaches the one who faces the board. He goes quickly to the board and writes the word. The winner, طبعا, the winner is the one who writes the word clearly on the board. The fastest group is the winner or wins the game. Fly SWAT here. It's a very easy game here. The teacher writes as many words on the board. He writes as many words on the board. And then he asks two students to come to the board, giving each student a fly SWAT. You know what is a fly SWAT is? مضرب الدبان, you know it?
Yes.
If you don't have a fly SWAT, you just a stick or a ruler. You can use a ruler to do this activity. And then he says the word, and the fastest student to hit the word with the SWAT and spell it correctly is the winner. Is it clear? Is this activity clear?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Yes, clear and so simple.
Very good. Pick a friend. This is a very easy game, and I used it more than one time. So the teacher has to write a word on a piece of paper or on a card, to write a word on a card, or to just to use a picture and give it to one of the students. He asks a student to stand up and he gives him the picture. And the teacher says, can you spell this word? Or first of all, what is this word? The student will say it's a fish. So can you spell a fish? So the student will say F-I-S-H. So the teacher asks him to take the picture with him and choose anyone in the class and give him the card. And ask him the same questions that I have asked you. So the student will take the picture and go to another student and give him the card and say, what is in the picture? The other student will say, it's a fish. So can you spell fish? F-I-S-H. So ask the second student to choose any one of the class and give him the card and do the same thing till that students keep the word by heart. So when you choose a friend or pick a friend, some of the students will be shy enough to stand up or say the word. Okay, so naughty students will choose other naughty students to spell the word, and the lower students will choose other lower students to, okay? Is this activity clear?
Sorry, can you repeat it again? I'm sorry.
Okay, I will show you.
Thank you.
So, for example, here, I'm going to show, there is a picture here, okay? I'm a teacher now. I have a picture of a fish here, okay? Is it clear? There is a fish here. Yes, and I choose one of the students and I ask him, so can you tell me what is in this picture? He says, a fish. So, okay, Muhammad, this is a fish. Can you spell the word fish, Muhammad? He will say F-I-S-H. Okay, very good, Muhammad. Take the card and choose any one of the students. Choose any one of your friends here and give him the card. Muhammad will take the card. Okay, Muhammad will take this card and go to choose one of his friends and gives him the card. So Muhammad will give the card to Ashraf, for example. Ashraf will take the card, and Muhammad will ask him, what is in the picture here? Ashraf will say, it's a fish. So can you spell fish? Yes, it's F-I-S-H. So you have to repeat this activity with 4 or 5 students till the students, all of the students, listen to the word more than one time and they remember the spelling of the word. Is it clear?
Sure. It's clear.
Yes. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, my dear friends, don't forget to fill in the form here now in the chat box, okay, to get your certificates.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, this is how can. So this is how can we use the activity, and I have explained it. Is it clear? You told me that it's clear, yeah?
Yes. Yeah, thank you. It's clear.
Classification game here. So in this game, the teacher, in small pieces of paper, he writes as many words as he can, and he puts all the words on his desk, on the teacher's desk. But each piece of paper has half of the word, not all the word. So I write half of the word on a piece of paper, and the other half will be on another piece of paper. So you ask a group of students to come to your desk, and then they will find the two halves that form the word. For example, table, the word table is on the two halves of paper. The first one is TAP, and the other one is PLE. I'm sorry. So TAPLE, one TAP, and the other piece will have LE, for example. So students will discover which parts goes together to form words. The fastest group to form words or to get or discover words quickly is the winner group. Is this game clear?
Yes, clear.
Does anyone want to ask about anything?
Miss Ashayma wants to speak.
Hello?
You can unmute yourself, Miss Shayma.
Go on.
Okay, Mr. I'm working in an industrial school. I face industrial idioms.
Yeah.
Such as workshop, safety rules, screwdriver, helmet, gloves. How can I facilitate these words to students?
I think in the serious schools, using realia or using pictures.
Pictures.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but in the serious schools, you should show pictures or realia. It's very important to use diagrams or for example, for if you are showing an engine, for example, or parts of an engine, parts of the car, for example, the clutch. You know what is clutch? Clutch اللي هو الدبرياج بمعنى أصح. So how can we present the word clutch for our students, for example? Yes. So even if that you say we have three parts of the car that we use our foot or our feet to press on. One for accelerating our cars, and the second one beside it is the brakes, and the third one is the clutch. Okay. So he doesn't know what is clutch is, but when you show him the word the clutch is, he will understand it. Okay. So the front window screen, if you keep asking and saying window screen is the front glass of the car. So window screen, he will say, what is window screen is? He will not know what is window screen until you show him a picture of the car and you show him this is a window screen. Okay.
Okay, Mr. Thank you.
Yes.
Excuse me, Mr. Mahmoud, but Miss Maha asked, can you show the slide of pick a friend again?
Pick a friend?
Pick a friend again. Again, the slide, please.
Is this clear?
Yeah, Miss Maha, would you please, if you have a question, please unmute yourself and tell us your question, or write it in the chat box, or just you want to take a photo. Just tell us, please.
I think that she wants us to take a screenshot of the slide. Yeah.
Okay. The PowerPoint will be available on the Facebook group.
Yeah, sure. So
Okay,
we have
go on,
finished the
Mr. Mahmoud.
classification game. Okay. So each card has a half of a word, and ask a group of students to come and classify the word and put halves together. The fastest group to form word is the winner. I finished now 15 activities for teaching and presenting vocabulary. Thank you very much for your listening. I wish that you understood every part and every slide of what I have presented, and forgive me for any mistakes. And I'm so sorry for making you late at night.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for this beneficial.
Thank you, Mr. Mahmoud, for this professional
Thanks a lot,
session.
Mr. Mahmoud.
I really enjoyed it.
Thank you,
Yes.
Ms. Rana. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, we really enjoyed it. Thank you, Mr. Mahmoud.
All of us
Thank
enjoyed.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, if you want to add a comment or a feedback, please do it now in the chat box, or just raise up your hand to speak.
Okay, Mr. Omar, you have raised your hand. You can start talking, please.
Okay, please, Mr. Mahmoud, can I take a screenshots of class game? Again,
Class?
slide of class game, yes.
So it's okay.
Miss May wanted also to take a photo. Dear friends,
what?
we will send you.
No,
we
no.
will send you the PowerPoint. Inshallah, on
Yes.
the Facebook group. Don't worry.
You wanted the picture of classification game or what?
She wants
May I have a
class
question?
game.
Class?
Yeah, what class game?
Yes.
We have fly swap, pick a friend,
Yes,
classification
classification
game.
game.
What
Classification.
class game? Miss Maha, please tell us.
Classification game, you mean?
Classification, yeah.
I think this one.
Yeah.
Miss Ashayma wants to speak now. You can unmute yourself if you want to add something.
You're welcome, Miss May.
Mr. Shaima, you have any questions?
Yes, sir. What is the best technique from all these strategies can I use when explaining building materials?
Building materials, you work in industrial schools?
Yeah.
Pictures, or realia, but you, as a teacher, you will not ask your students to bring you realia, because it's very harmful. So the best thing is that you show pictures for them, or a video.
Okay.
Okay. Or you can ask them to design models of the building tools or materials.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Miss Hanan asked us, but could you make it earlier next time, please? We will try, Miss Hanan. Okay.
So Mrs. Justin Ahmed.
Yeah, Mr. Mahmoud. Assalamualaikum. I'm from Indonesia.
Yeah.
Mr. Mahmoud, I have ever heard that when we want to explain the new word, we don't have to say in our language. For example, we have to speak in the synonym with English.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have told this before,
like that. So do you agree about that, or we are not allowed to speak with our bahasa? I mean, Mr. Mahmoud, thank you.
I hear you. So as I've told you before, that you can translate the word in your own language, if you don't present or if you fail to present the word with different activities I have told you before. So if you fail, just to translate it. Don't worry about this. Use your mother tongue to translate the word. Okay? So for example, is chemical pollution, for example, chemical pollution. So I can't present the chemical pollution for my students. How can I say it? So a picture, failed. I failed using pictures. Realia, I failed using realia. Yes. A video, I felt that my students don't understand the video. What is meant by chemical pollution? Okay. So what I have to say, it's التلوث الكيميائي. I have said in Arabic. So all your students will understand it very quickly.
Yes, in order to save our time and our effort.
Yeah. Don't worry that the instructor will say you are saying it in Arabic. Why you are saying it in Arabic? No, it's healthy to speak it in Arabic. I would
yes, and also to make sure that all students grasp the meaning.
Yeah, they would grasp the meaning. I have a student here. I'll have a book here. This one. So this book here is, I don't know if you see it clearly or not, the title of the book.
Clear, very clear. Okay.
Very clear. Yeah, this book, it explains that you have to use your own language. A whole book is speaking about that you should speak the first language, use the first language in order to teach vocabulary. Okay? This book and the translation and own language activities. So it's healthy to translate a word into your own language to present a language, to present a new word or new vocabulary. Is it clear?
Yeah. Okay. Yes, very clear. Yeah, sometimes it can make the student desperate if they don't know the what we call the meaning, right? When we just speak.
I don't hear you well.
Thank you, Mr. Very clear.
Okay. Thank you. Any more questions?
Thank you, Mr. Mahmoud, and thank you, Mr. Muhammad Darwish, and all your team. You are marvelous and great. Thank you a lot.
Thank you.
Welcome, my dear.
Miss Mai asks here a question. Can you give me the link of examples of
Fraser,
gamification?
The link of what?
Gamification.
Of examples of gamifications.
Gamification. I said classification, not gamification.
I think she means
maybe it
how
will
to
be.
use.
It will be.
There is another
our
session about
session.
gamification. It will be with Mr. Nasreen, inshallah.
Gamification will be presented by Nasreen.
Yeah, so this is a classification game or a classification activity for teaching vocabulary. But gamification is something else, and inshallah it will be with Miss Nasreen.
Waiting.
Just
Any
follow
more
us
questions?
in the upcoming sessions.
Inshallah.
Thank you, Mr. Mahmoud, for this wonderful
Thank
session.
you. Thank you very much. And goodbye all, and see you next time, inshallah. One day we will meet again.
Yeah, okay. Good night. Good night.
Inshallah.
Goodbye.
Happy dream for all.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Good morning in here.
Morning. What's the time here?
Morning. It's a subuh time. It's a subuh time at the dawn.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh. Okay. You can all unmute yourselves, please, and say bye-bye at the same time. Okay. Are you
Goodbye.
ready?
Goodbye.
Unmute yourself and say bye-bye.
1,
Goodbye.
2, 3.
Thanks,
Bye
Mr.
bye.
Mahmoud.
Bye.
See you.
Goodbye.
See you.
See you. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.